Good afternoon. Good to be here with you today. This is the Strong Students Grant and Scholarship Program. So this bill is a result of the Espinoza case, which passed the Supreme Court, saying that if you're going to offer school choice in your state, you can't discriminate against religious providers. We have a very stiff Blaine Amendment in our state prohibiting that, and that case essentially invalidated our Blaine Amendment. And so this bill takes either a $500 grant and gives it to any public or non-public school student to use for the same eligible expenses that was in Representative Galloway's bill, or a scholarship for a smaller number of students. This bill is something of a compromise. It's not everything everybody wants, but it's a really important step forward in getting these scholarships available to students who, for one reason or another, need an alternative option. And in that case, they can get 90% of the funds that the average amount would have been available to use for private school or homeschooling or other alternatives, curriculum, tutoring, violin lessons. And so I do have a handout at the back door here. We're going to use a combination of federal funds and ongoing funds, but this is about a $40 million program that will put money into the hands of parents to make decisions about their child's education. So super high level. I have a radio interview myself as well at 1 o'clock, but I'm happy to take a few questions if you have any. Okay, awesome. Oh. So the State Board of Education is where the program will be housed. One of the concerns that came up with this bill is that it would give authority to the State Board of Education over homeschoolers. That is not the case. We went through a thorough walkthrough on the House floor, walking through the Constitution and how the State Board only has authority over public school students. So if you're a homeschooling student, this doesn't change any authorities that you have to educate your child. If you're actually, I hope that answers the question. So it grants no new authorities to the State Board of Education over homeschoolers. They'll only be administering the program. This program existed this last summer under the Strong Families, Strong Students Grant Program, and that helped 80,000 income-eligible families in this state. This bill also has income triggers. It's available first to those with an income 50,000 and under, and then 75,000 and under, and then anyone if there are still funds left. But no new authorities granted to the State Board of Education. The Constitution forbids them from having any authority over homeschool students, and the parental rights statutes remain solidly in place as well.
Who decides, with this bill, who decides who gets the scholarships and who doesn't? I mean, I try to apply for health and welfare in order to get the assistance, and I'm telling you, the application process never makes sense, and I'm really nervous about creating a whole new structure of applications and then judgments and approvals by some committee that we don't know or don't elect. So who makes the decisions about these? Who gets the money on the scholarship side of things?
So it'll be a first come, first serve. If you apply and you're income eligible, you'll be at the top of the list. And we did learn some really valuable lessons from the first program that had a whole reimbursement process, and you had to provide receipts and income verification. This will be different than that. This will be an Amazon type marketplace where the funds will go into an account, and then you'll be able to choose from a menu of eligible education expenses. And so you won't have to verify, you won't have to do the whole receipt thing unless you're asked to verify it. But other than that, we expect this to be a lot less of an administrative hassle.
One more question way back there.
Yes, sir.
Fast,
I see that no money is taken away from public schools. Is the Education Association in favor of this?
No, sir, they are not. Their phone banks are activated now against it.
Thank you.
But can I
Yes,
just
go ahead.
add, of the 80,000 students that the first iteration of the program helped, over 90% of them were public school students. And so this is a bill that doesn't care what system your child is in or whose chair they're sitting in. It's to help the child first and foremost, regardless of what system they're in.
Okay, thank you.